Hey guys, Hook to Clash here, and today we're going to be going through some of my attacks in Legends League. Now, they won't be live attacks, unfortunately I wasn't recording these, but we will go through some of the replays from Legends. In fact, all 8 from an awesome day I had. As you saw in the thumbnail, we got 293, one of my best days this season yet, and we're still up pretty high. Lots of rough bases we're running into, so we're going to get straight into the first replay here. So as you can see, this is a diamond base here. Now, I'm coming in with Blizzard, Lalo, and Legends. We've had Rakira's, Weeble, Paydolino on the channel, and they've all shown me how to be very good at Blizzard Lalo. So I've learned a thing or two, but today we're going to go through some of the finer details, because I can actually tell you what's going through my mind. So as you can tell, took a bit of time thinking about this. I don't really like hitting these bases because you can't blizz for the town hall. As you can see, the 2 bomb towers there make it impossible. So what I'm kind of doing by default is blizzarding for the eagle. The eagle is extremely valuable in Lalo attacks. It just makes it so much easier to Lalo. The eagle can absolutely ruin your day. And as you can see, we get the eagle, we get a scatter shot, and we get the enemy king. This enemy king's huge, by the way. There's a reason I blizzarded on the left side of the eagle here and not on the right side, because if I blizzard on the left side, land it here, I can get this king really easily. The alternative is to come in the other side and get the warden, but trust me, the king's much more valuable, and you'll see why. Actually, we'll pause it here and we'll just go through it. So as you can see, the sweepers on this base, there's one covering here, which is now covering next to no defenses, and there's one covering here. This is pretty typical for diamond bases. So the plan is, because you can't blizz the town hall because of these bomb towers here, I blizz the eagle and also got a scatter with this, but even if there was no scatter, I'd blizz the eagle, then you sui for the town hall, and you just Lalo across the middle. Now, as you can see, I'm going to be leaving 4 air defenses up, but it's not the worst thing in the world because you know all your balloons have to path to the core of the base. Now, the reason getting the king down so nice is because I didn't get the enemy queen down with the blizz, and some of the time you won't get even the enemy RC. We did get her down here, but hypothetically, if she's not down and you've got a Lalo through 2 air heroes, you need this king down so that you can path headhunters to both air heroes. Now, we'll get straight into the straight back in. Sorry about that. So we'll go to 1 times. Now, this is one thing I do struggle on, suing for the town hall whilst using minimal investment. So the plan was here to just get the king to go for the town hall. We use the invis to get the single off him, and so he paths to the town hall quicker. But as you can see, we're pulling the CC out here, and there's 2 ground bows that are kind of destroying my hero. So what I haven't quite figured out how to deal with yet is how to best do these suis with getting value, but also the town hall, because it's very hard to sui them. We will talk about an alternative way to go after these diamond bases a bit later in the video. There is one other way that I suied, which is a bit more risky. But yeah, that's the basic one. Now, what I like about this is we keep our RC alive. Unfortunately, this Grand Warden targets my RC rather than the Lassie, so we have to use a freeze there. But I really like Laloing with the RC on these diamond-style bases where you can get troops going across the core of the base, because the RC is really powerful. Now, as you can see, we got the main group of loons going into the queen and the multi. I used a freeze, I believe, there, and we're just moving really nicely. Wardens on the bottom side. Loons at the top didn't really need the warden as much. Unfortunately, they will die out. The Teslas, the Wizard Tower, and the single were just a little too much. But look at it. We get this insane warden ability through the core of the base, and it literally negates almost every single air trap. I think we pulled the NATO. No, I think our king pulled the NATO earlier. But it gets a little awkward coming out of the core. As you can see, we did not get a good split this time at all. And that's because our sui really didn't get enough. And that's why you got to try and maximize that king and queen value there. If I had done a better job of that, this would have been a bit cleaner. But as you can see, the troops are coming around the base nicely. And we're going to be overwhelming this. We got nice cleanup in the core of the base. Minions going around the outside. We got an archer getting this nice building down there. And yeah, that's how you take out these bases. Worked really well on this one. Yeah, as you can see, we're coming in with the 32 cups. Are you kidding me? We ran out of time. I baited you there. You all thought we were coming in with the triple. That was my first hit of the day. And if that building had gone down, I would have got 300 on the day, which would have been insane. But regardless, that is definitely the template in my opinion, of how to take down these diamond bases when you can't blizz the town hall. Okay, so here's the second replay. As you can see, this is an anti-2-star base. But because this air defense is so far on the core of the base, it's pretty safe to blimp over the top of it. And as you can see, we land in a nice little compartment here. Now, I didn't know if we were going to get the town hall or not on this one. I was open to the possibility of getting the town hall or just getting value. Now, unfortunately, our invis have not been good so far, but look at it. This invis here is straight money. Helps us get the RC down and the, well, we don't quite get the RC down, but puts significant damage on the RC and gets that multi. So pretty good value there. However, as you can see, the problem is we're left with two ways to sui. We either go in here, which is going straight into a single, and it's actually going to be really hard to path the queen to the town hall, or the much better way is to come in the bottom here. But the problem with the bottom here is there's 2 air heroes, 2 ground bows, and yeah, it's just a lot of damage for just 3 heroes. So I'm going to show you guys a trick I've used a fair bit in Legends in a second. Now, I didn't know if I was going to be doing it at this point in time, but you're going to see this ground bow ends up being a pain. We was 4 times through that. Okay, perfect. As you can see, the king is about to be tanking the ground bow. No. See, the ground bow locks onto our queen here. We have to use a freeze for our RC because she's taking too much damage. So what I do, I switch my Warden to ground and put it with the kill squad. Now, you're probably thinking, Hooked, you need that Warden for your Lalo. But if you look at what's left of the base after we get the town hall here, we don't really. The most important thing is this town hall goes down to the Sui. Plus, look at it. The Warden's going to go around now and help our other heroes. Somehow the enemy queen goes for my owl and not for my RC. My RC is very thankful for that. And the town hall goes down. And we're actually able to Lalo over the top of our Warden. So the Warden's going to help initially. But look at what's left on the base. It's yes, there is a Tesla farm and a Builder Hut farm. But the scatter is tanked by the Hound, which is really nice. And this multi can only do so much. Now, we don't have a Warden ability, so if we hit 45 red bombs like we just did there, it gets a little difficult. But when you have like 30 balloons, I think I have 26 on this. If you have 26 balloons, you can absolutely just overwhelm the base. And if that was a multi at the top, I probably wouldn't have been able to use my Warden with my heroes. But the ground Warden with Lalo, particularly with the heroes after a blizzard, is surprisingly strong. Something I do quite commonly on the anti-2s. I actually don't have another replay of that today. But if you guys ever struggling to get your Sui to work on an anti-2 with Blizz Lalo, maybe look at using the ground Warden. Okay, so this is our third attack of the day here. As you can see, this is another diamond base. So as we talked about before, we have a formula for this. This time we're going to blimp on top of the Grand Warden, but that's because if we blimped on top of the king, it would be really hard to take him out. So like I said, the priority is getting the king down. Now we do get the Warden down because obviously the fall damage does a lot, but look, it's really easy to get the king here as we do. We use another invis because I kind of want to get this Wiz Tower and the air defense. Unfortunately, we only get the Wiz Tower, but still, it doesn't look like great value. And it's not the biggest value I'll ever get with this attack, but it's surprising how much it is when you get to the Lalo part of it. So as you can see, what we're going to do here is, because this town hall is much less protected than the other ones, we're just going to use our queen for the town hall. So we'll use one wall break for her, then we're going to wall break the king into the scatter shot, and then we start to look at getting a lot of value. So yep, there goes the wall break there. Loon to funnel the king in. So king will go really nicely. As soon as the town hall activates, you pop your queen so that you can keep your unicorn alive and so that your queen doesn't take completely unnecessary damage, because you're going to have to pop her anyway, right? Anyway, so king comes in. He's going to start pulling the CC. So we pop him. Thankfully, the Barbs and the Yak help with the Headhunters. Then we poison the Super Minions, and we're Laloing immediately. That King's doing a lot of tanking, so there's no need to wait. Just get your Lalo going. And yeah, it's a bit of an interesting deployment with this, because you actually want to deploy most of your Lalo early in these attacks, because you've simply got to overwhelm the core of the base. As you can see, we got the last Headhunter coming in. I'm waiting for that to get in the Warden ability. And bam, look at that. We've got so many loons in the core. We've still got an invis. We've still got a freeze. We've still got 2 haste. Our queen is still up, by the way. That was probably what made or well, that was what was make or break in this attack. RC has still got her ability. We still got an invis if we need it, but we won't be needing this. This base gets absolutely crushed. Now, what I like most about this kind of format or template for taking out this style of base is there's not a lot of chance to get baited on this. The blizzard is very safe. No one's really stopping that blizzard. They're much more inclined to be stopping blizzards into the core of this base because that's obviously where all the value is. The Town Hall Sui is pretty safe with the Queen and King part, and the Lalo's pretty simple. It's impossible to not have your loons converge to the core of the base because of how you set it up, so it's just a simple way to take down the diamond. Okay, we're in again here. Now, this is an anti-3 base, so something a little bit different. But the plan doesn't really change. I couldn't really figure out any blizz value by the Town Hall, so I figured, let's blizzard the Eagle. Now, unfortunately, the blizzard didn't land exactly where I wanted to, but look, these first invis from me was near perfect, but then the Super Wizards ran north, and they're just confused at this point in time. Thankfully, I still have 2 left, and they actually get nice value here. We get that air defense at 12, and we nearly get the RC here. We don't get a full CC pull, though, and that's kind of critical. You really want to try and get a full CC pull. So, the plan is, it looks a bit risky, and we're kind of going with the flow here, but the plan was to just try and get the Town Hall, so we're going to start our King and Queen here. We'll break them in to jump in to get the RC, and then jump them back out. And look, this is why the Yak is so powerful. You're about to find out right now. So Queen's kind of in this compartment, and I was a little worried. She was most likely going to beat a wall to get to the scatter shot, but because the Yak beats a wall out of the base, we're fine now. Now, we're not going to wall break into this scatter shot. We need our King and Queen to get the Town Hall. What we're going to do is freeze the scatter shot when it's on my Queen and send the RC in. I really like using the RC to reach things just inside the base that the Queen can't, and she's going to go around and get the Town Hall. Now, unfortunately, look at all those headhunters coming out, and the Grand Warden has locked onto our RC. Headhunters lock on as well because the Grand Warden gives those headhunters in the defensive CC more health. So it's just an unfortunate time to deal with the CC. Thankfully, the Grand Warden does go down, and we do get the Town Hall here. So honestly, yet again, not insane value, but we'll take it. So we've set up pretty nicely for the Lalo here. Now, I do Lalo from the bottom side, just because A, we get to the scatter shot earlier. B, I thought it'd be easier to funnel onto the multi. And C, it's much easier to send headhunters this way to the Queen than from the other way when the BK is still up. However, this Lalo does not go very well. We have to pop it really early, and we don't get the majority of our loons in the Lalo. We had 4 balloons there die to the scatter shot, so this scatter shot is still up at this point in time. Headhunters are running across the base. The multi is doing work. We're out of freezers at this point. We had to use way too many with the Sui and the early part of the Lalo, and look at all those traps. Rest in peace, this attack. So we have the Hound going up to the base, and it's actually going to do a good job tanking. And the Warden actually probably, I don't think it's a triple, but wasn't far off, honestly. A slightly better Lalo, and that works. But I hope that attack just shows you the power of blizzing the Eagle Artillery. Okay, as you can see, this is a lower level base, but that doesn't mean we can get lazy. Anything's possible to defend. Now, this is a great trick for you all. So, we'll just pause it for 1 sec. I really wanted to get the Blizz into this compartment for obvious reasons. You can see all that value there. But there is no doubt in my mind that there's a bunch of Sams here and here. So what you do, you send a Hound and Loons to take out an air defense, and then once this air defense goes down, the Hound is going to travel across to the other air defense, and it's going to pull any Sams along the way. Because obviously, if I sent Loons here, I'd have to send a lot of them to get to the Wizard Tower, even with this scatter here as well, and it's just a lot of investment. And it's not a sure thing, whereas the Hound has so much health, as you can see, it survives, and look, it pulls 1 Sam, it pulls 2 Sams, the Loon actually pulls another Sam as well. Now, unfortunately, we run into the NATO here, but look at it, the Hound is tanking now. We do, unfortunately, miss the Headhunter with our freeze. We get the Sweeper, and the Blimp makes it. And look at this. This is a Blizzard Lalo player's heaven. We get 1 Scattershot, 1 Multi, Eagle, Ground Bow, CC, Queen. I don't know if we get the Warden or not. We get the Warden as well, and look at it. It says only 16%, but we all know this is way more than 16% at this point in time. Now, an interesting an interesting observation more than anything is what would you do from here? Because obviously we've kind of left this L shape left in the base, but the town hall is in the middle of the L, which means it's kind of a bit difficult to Sui because you're going to face flanking damage from both sides of the Sui. There'll be damage from here and here, which is not what you want. So what I do on this and what I've been doing on a few attacks, it looks risky, but it's not as risky if you're confident in it, is I'm just going to Lalo to the town hall and leave it up for last. Because look at it, my king and queen roaming down here with the RC and a wall break in there are going to get insane value. Like, that value is absolutely incredible, sorry. And then all you have to do is Lalo the top side, and what's left up there? There's no multis, there's no air heroes, there's none of that. It's just the town hall. So all you have to do is just save your Warden for the town hall. So we'll try and zoom out, because I'm doing multiple things at once here. We were getting a little low on time. But as you can see, King, Queen, and RC are just doing huge work down the bottom. I think we get the wall break in for them in a second. The single is a bit annoying on the hounds, but honestly, it's fine. We have so many balloons. There comes in the wall breaker. The queen doesn't actually go in, unfortunately, but oh well, what can you do? We use our last freeze on the town hall, but look at how many balloons we have left, because there's just nothing that's been able to take them out. Haste to cover the town hall so that, watch these loons when they come off the town hall. Here, they fly out of the town hall, and the poison has a minimal effect. It still has an effect, but it's minimalized. And look how many balloons we have up. Now, this wasn't a max 14, but even if it was, this is way too many loons. We have so many heroes up. This base has been absolutely slaughtered. So if you have a safe way to end on the town hall, it's not as dangerous as you think, and we'll see that in a future attack. Okay, so another attack here, and this is one of my most hated styles of base in Legends League. So, just for those who don't know, generally the plan you want to do is to land a blimp in this compartment. But I'm not very good at aiming things, as you can tell. We completely missed that compartment, and on top of that, look at this sweeper. It somehow shoots at the last possible second. Now, I don't know how that invis worked. I did not think that I was aiming for them, assuming they got into the sweeper comp. But as you're going to see here, we do not get much value with this blizzard at all. I do use another invis there, completely wasted. I was kind of hoping they'd go for the hound, just because it's annoying dealing with it. But yeah, overall, look, we managed to get some sort of value. Getting an RC and a scattershot and a sweeper is obviously nice, but you'd much rather land it in literally any of these three compartments. But you don't really want to go for the multi-compartment, because I almost guarantee there's like a Sam here and here and a Sam here and here. You kind of send the hound into the top with the blimp behind, and you kind of want it to follow. But yeah, look, it's a little risky. These bases are dicey, so I couldn't complain about the Blizz value, but we were also so close to greatness. Now, we want the king to go right here, even though it looks like I want him to go left. We're just funneling that side out for the queen, because we had to pull the hound out of range. Now, I'm actually going to pause it for a second, because we did miss it. What I've done, so there was a mortar here that we took out with a balloon, and a elixir storage here that we took out as well. And what I'm trying to do is take out things on this side of the town hall. And what that's going to do is it means my queen is much less likely to step in the town hall poison. We're going to wall break right here, and we're hoping she just steps into that wall break, and therefore the town hall poison wouldn't be as powerful. We use a freeze on the king and on the town hall, and so that one goes down nicely. And as you can see, the queen won't really step inside the town hall poison effect here. Unfortunately, she's stuck on the enemy king, and that's not going to be an easy endeavor. But as you can see, Lalo coming from the top. But notice yet again, we haven't used our royal champion. Queen's down the bottom yet again, as I said before. Poison effect did nothing to her, but I can tell you a single does. But we're going to use our RC, and her job is to clear out the entire gut of this base. Now, the reason these bases are so tough, though, is these corner air bows are so bad for Lalo. We freeze the eagle and multi again, because I'm trying to save the Warden ability. Unfortunately, the flanking loons just came in a little early on this attack. We Warden and haste, and look, the balloons come in nicely. I believe I got the headhunters in these. As you can see, the enemy queen goes down, thankfully, but these loons pathing around, it is sort of an awkward little split here. We had not go to the air defense, and as you can see, that air bow at 6. Normally, expos are in the core of the base, but on this one, it's just designed to be as ugly as possible. But Warden will actually get it, but we are going to be getting a time fail here. Our second time fail of the day. Really not that bad an attack, given how bad the Blizz went. I think if we get the Blizz right, this is an absolute 3-star. Okay, so we have a teaser base here. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, if this was Weeble, he'd do a Sui all the way over here and Blizz the entire base. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, those are amazing when they work. But, like, especially on this style of base, look how, like, this looks unsafe, but with the Coco Loons there was no way the Blimp wasn't getting inside the base. And look at what we can get here. So we're just dealing with heroes and CC for the moment, unfortunately. But once that's all done, we're going to be working on the Town Hall, get this Grand Warden down, and the enemy RC. Bam, you're dead. And it's just really good value. Don't get me wrong, if you can pull off a Sui on the other side of the base and then land a Blizz in these airbow compartments, that's going to be better value. But, like, for the risk, like, this was just a low-risk attack, and I still get insane Blizzard value. Getting the Town Hall and the CC and an air hero is ridiculous. Now, unfortunately, we have to deal with the King here, but look at that. Headhunter's an absolute champ. We use Sneaky Gobs to funnel down, actually I think it was a Baby Drag, to funnel down the bottom side. And essentially what I'm going to try and do is wall break the Queen in on these airbows to try and get this core air defense down, just for the pathing of the Lalo. And then we're going to use the RC on the other side, and her job's to get the other two airbows and the scatter. So the scatter goes down easy. Now look at this. This was a little unfortunate that these headhunters died so fast. This was actually insane. Look at them. They barely get a shot off on the Queen. So I have to use another freeze there. But RC behaves this time. Queen is on the bottom. She's not going to quite get the multi, but still that's fine. Unicorn actually comes over to help out RC. But she gets everything I could have wanted. We did have to use 2 freezes for her. But still, she got heaps of value there. Now, the most important thing with these style of Lalos on these bases is you need to get these flanking loons as early as possible. Not too early such that they're not tanking for anything, but early enough that it pushes your core group of loons into the middle of the base. I've had a lot of Lalos on this style of base where it looks like it should be an easy triple. These core loons go to the outside of the base because your flanking loons are too late, and then it's over. You can't get good loon pathing through the base. But look at this. This base just got crushed. We've only just used our Warden ability. We did need to use it, but we almost could have got away with it. Multi just goes down, and bam, this is absolutely wrecked. That's how I'm taking out these teasers more and more. Now, if you can't do a near side blimp, then you have to get a bit more creative. But on a lot of them, you can do a Blizzard just like this. Okay, so this was our final attack of the day. Now, I was having a really good day up to this point. I was having an insane day, actually, for my standards. And so you never want to wreck it on your final attack, though. So what do we do here? As you can see, all these air defenses so far in the core that the Hound is going to do great tanking of any seeking air mines. Now, we deliberately don't blimp straight over the Eagle because lots of people have their SAMs right behind the Eagle, like here, here, and here. But no one's got them like here and here. So that was the plan. Now, I actually wanted to get the Eagle with this Blizz. Unfortunately, it's not going to go down, but it's low health and there's no builders nearby. So, honestly, pretty happy with that Blizz value. Would have been nice if we could get that core sweeper, but, I mean, can't complain about all that value in the middle of the base. Now, I go to pull the CC over to 9 o'clock here with an Archer. It's just a random Tesla there. I don't know what this guy's doing. Trying to get the time fails, maybe. That was a trick at Town Hall 13. Not sure it works as well at Town Hall 14, but maybe Basu's got another opinion on that. So, Queen deals with the Hound really easy yet again. I actually decided to use my Baby Drag down the bottom here because I was like, if we could get that Eagle, that's kind of OP. We'll see if that happens later on. Man, the range of the Eagle's ridiculous when you look at it, guys. Anyway, King and Queen going up and around here, but I do actually make a mistake with this Sui. So, because I got 2 super wall breakers, the plan is to wall break my Queen in here. But what I should have done is also wall break here. Because as you're going to see, so the first wall breaker works, it actually pulls the Nado as well. That's insane. But this Queen's going to get stuck, and she's actually going to beat on a wall here, because she can reach this Wizard Tower. If this wall was open, if we wall broke earlier, this Queen would go for this bomb tower, and then walk back in for this air bow. Unfortunately, that does not happen. So at this point, I've got a real toss-up. Do you go for the safe Lalo into the Town Hall, but have no chance of tripling because you're going straight into a sweep by every hero and the scatter? Or do you Lalo far side with your Royal Champion and see what happens? As you can see, Queen's still in the core of the base. I just used my last invis on her. She's getting great value. I know you're all like, well, you should be saving your spells for the Town Hall. This Queen's making sure the pathing for the Lalo is fantastic. As you can see, we've actually got a lot of loons. I do freeze the air defense and the Wiz Tower, because we've got no hounds at this point in time. So the air defense and Wiz Tower are actually doing work. Our Queen goes down, unfortunately, because I did use a freeze on the Scattershot to keep her alive. We've got no freezes left, but I'm okay with that, because I'd much rather haste through the Town Hall and freeze everything before it. And there's our Warden ability. Ridiculously early, but we do know the NATO's gone off. We did see it earlier with the wall break. And as you can see, we have the 2 Headhunters come in for the Royal Champion, for the Queen here. I will say there is 8 seconds left at the moment. This is coming down to the last possible second, but as you see, we have our RC ability. She takes everything down with 1 second left, and that was the final triple in the final attack of what was honestly just such a nice day when everything comes together as one. Let's have a look at my battle log in a second. Okay, so unfortunately the Legends League day did reset whilst we were recording, so I have to go off a screenshot for this rather than the in-game log. But as you guys know, the last 2 attacks that you can't see on the screenshot here were triples. But yeah, it was really nice having this day when just everything comes together. We only missed 10% on the day, 790% out of 800%. So I was pretty stoked with that. Probably my highest percent day ever in High Legends. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this style of video. I know you guys would probably prefer me live attacking. I just didn't have the recording for this, unfortunately. But yeah, do you like having a mix of me commentating other people's Legends attacks with me also having my own live attacks or replay analysis? Let me know down in the comments below which you prefer, because I genuinely really respect your guys' opinion. Anyways, that's it from me today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support, guys, and hopefully I see you soon.